Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, a major storm is moving into our area that carries with it high wind and heavy snow.
And on that note, let's go ahead and get right to a first check of our forecast with Jeff Weller.
All right, Beth, thank you. Okay, so here we go. Just hours away now from our next snow system across the region. It's going to be a heavy, wet snow at that, and it's going to linger for several days. So snow tonight, snow tomorrow, rain and snow tomorrow evening. That will linger into Saturday afternoon. Already a winter storm warning in effect for most locations beginning tonight and lingering through at least Friday morning. And it could look something like this. Now, if you're in the 12 to 18-inch plus category, keep in mind this is also through Saturday morning, and there could be a few spots in here if it stays all snow on Friday where you get closer to 2 feet of snow on the way in the select locations. Here it comes now, right? So increasing clouds all day today. It's going to start off as snow for everybody tonight, and there is a lot of moisture on the way. A big low pressure system on the way too. This is all moving that way. So once it begins tonight, we have at least 3 days of rain and snow around here, and mostly snow tonight throughout the day tomorrow as well. Wind will become a factor as well out of the east now, around 10 to 15 miles per hour. It could gust near 30 to 40 throughout the day tomorrow and also on Friday. So picture heavy wet snow in the trees, wind gusts near 30 to 40 miles per hour. That will give us some power concerns for sure across our region. Temperatures, of course, are critical. Highs today back up near 50. Tomorrow, we're going to have high temperatures only in the low 30s tomorrow. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is snow developing, heavy at times overnight. Some rain in there, too, with low temperatures down near freezing. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, Jeff, thank you so much. So in our case, April showers, not so much the case this week. Mother Nature, other plans.
That's right. Our Callie Warren takes us to Dover Foxcroft to learn what Piscataquis County residents can expect.
Even though it may say spring on the calendar, Piscataquis County is bracing for between 12 and 22 inches of snow on Thursday. Residents are advised to stay off the roads if possible and be safe with generators.
The duration of this storm is what's really going to be the issue. We're used to getting a lot of snow, but this is going to be wet, heavy, sloppy snow, so the driving's just going to be really messy. There's also the potential for trees coming down, wires coming down. We always talk about generator safety when we're talking about possible power outages. They must be run outside. You really have to run them outside. There's always a risk of carbon monoxide poisoning with them.
Piscataquis County Emergency Management advises calling your local dispatch center for help if needed, as they can help to locate warming centers, free your car if stuck, and more. For Dover Foxcroft Public Works, a spring snowstorm means working overtime to keep locals safe.
But we've got 96 miles of road we take care of, so and that's just one lane. We do our best, like I say. Mother Nature's the one that does our thing for us, and we just try to keep with her, that's all.
The storm will likely last all through Thursday, so employ caution and stay safe. In Dover Foxcroft, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Like the gentleman said, just trying to keep up with Mother Nature. And on that note, the Bangor Public Works Department has issued a widespread closure notice to alert the public ahead of Thursday's storm. Their notice outlines the city's parking bans, transportation services, and places people can leave their cars. Our Doug Banks has those details.
In the midst of Thursday's winter storm, Bangor's Public Works Department has issued a notice for city residents, with a citywide parking ban starting at 11 p.m. Thursday until 6 a.m. Friday. The Pickering Square parking garage, the Columbia Street parking garage, and the Upper Abbott parking square will have designated areas for people to park. Public Community Connector Transportation Services, City Hall, and the Public Health Department will not be available all day Thursday and won't resume operations until Friday. The Health Equity Alliance will be providing services throughout the storm for the unhoused community. HEAL's new resource center, located at 304 Hancock Street in Bangor, will be open on Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. The Bangor Police Department is urging the public to stay ahead of the storm by helping not only yourself and loved ones, but your neighbors too.
Maine has a great team effort and a team mentality. By individually preparing yourself, you're helping out the entire team because you're preventing an emergency in your own home and possibly even in your neighbor's home.
All this information and more can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. In Bangor, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A heads up, literally on your rooftops. The weight of the heavy snow could do a number on your roof. Meteorologist Ryan Munn is in Portland with what you can do to protect your home and yourself.
This storm is expected to bring heavy, wet snow to the state, and with double-digit totals in many areas, the weight on your roof can really add up. Most of the southern half of the state will see snowfall ratios of 10-to-1 or less. So what exactly is snowfall ratio? Well, a 10-to-1 ratio means 10 inches of snow for every 1 inch of liquid precipitation. The lower the ratio, the higher the moisture content, which means the snow is wetter and heavier. Here's a look at the weight 12 inches of snow can add to your roof. And while most areas will not see 24 inches of snow, you can see the weight really adds up once you exceed a foot. Experts say most roofs can withstand around 20 pounds per square foot.
During the storm itself, I think it's important for everybody to know that you need to stay safe and stay off of your roofing system. Either hire a professional to come out and clear the snow off the roof, or schedule an inspection for after the event so that we can ensure that the roofing system was not damaged during the storm.
McCaslin also says it's a good idea to secure loose items in storms like this, as the wind can cause these items to become flying debris, and that can damage your roof as well. And thinking ahead to the next storm, check those trees and limbs near your house to make sure they're maintained. In Portland, I'm meteorologist Ryan Munn.
And more good information there. Well, in other news tonight, a Waterville man accused of murdering a co-worker at Damon's Beverage was arraigned in court today. 21-year-old Spridle Hubiak pleaded not guilty to 1 count of intentional or knowing murder. He is accused of killing 52-year-old Angela Bragg on December 27th of 2023. Hubiak left the state after allegedly killing Bragg at Damon's Beverage in Waterville, where they both worked. He was shot by police and arrested in Flippin, Arkansas on December 31st. The affidavit in the case was previously sealed at the request of the state, but was unsealed by Superior Court Justice Michaela Murphy. It offers more details on the events and reads in part, quote, "The video showed Spridle Hubiak locking the front doors of the business at 8:11 p.m. The video shows the victim, Angela Bragg, standing at the cash register with Spridle pacing back and forth behind her. Spridle is seen with a knife in his hand. Spridle eventually grabs Angela and said, 'I'm sorry,' and began to stab her," end quote. If convicted, Hubiak faces 25 years to life in prison.
Bangor police have released new details on a shooting that happened early yesterday morning on Highland Avenue. They've identified the shooting victim as 24-year-old Daniel Ford Coates of Bangor. Police say Coates was pronounced dead at a local hospital after being found with a gunshot wound on Highland Ave shortly after 4 a.m. Tuesday. His death has been ruled a homicide. Police say it's an isolated crime and there's no threat to the public. An investigation remains ongoing.
A man who died in a fire in St. George has been identified. The office of the chief medical examiner says 62-year-old Andrew Bowser died in the fire at 272 Clark Island Road on March 27th. A spokesperson for the fire marshal's office says the investigation determined Bowser was also responsible for causing the fire, though no additional details were offered there. Firefighters were called to the rental property a little before 8 a.m. on the 27th. They found the body while putting out the fire. Officials say Bowser lived alone in the residence.
A train derailment on Route 11 in Masardis has shut down Route 11 and sent 1 person to the hospital with serious injuries. According to Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss, a tractor-trailer hauling wood chips was traveling southbound on Route 11. The truck was unable to stop as it approached a railroad crossing and hit the train, causing it to derail. Moss says the truck was driven by 26-year-old Jared Tapley of Monticello. He sustained serious injuries and was taken to the hospital. Police say a dog was also in the truck and was taken to a local vet. The train operator was uninjured. Route 11 will remain closed while the crash is investigated and the scene is cleared. That could take 2 to 3 days while equipment is brought in to remove the train.
Well, 5 years ago today, Maine State Police Detective Ben Campbell was killed in the line of duty. Campbell was struck by a tire that came off a passing tractor-trailer truck while he was assisting a disabled vehicle on I-95 in Hamden. State police officials say Campbell was on his way to a training when he saw the vehicle that had spun out of control and was partially blocking the traffic lane. He stopped to make sure the driver was safe because of the slippery conditions. Campbell joined the state police in 2012 and left behind a wife and a young son. Ben Campbell was 31 years old.
April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month, and safety leaders in Maine are driving home that message. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has more.
Nobody woke up this morning with the intent to drive distracted. Nobody intended to get in a crash today. As Commissioner said, 9 people are going to die as a result of that decision that somebody makes.
According to federal traffic safety data, 9 people die every day from distracted driving across the country. Secretary of State Shanna Bellows, who's in charge of the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, says there are 11 fatal accidents in Maine last year from distracted driving, and over 1,000 distracted driving crashes that resulted in personal injury or injury to property.
We've all had that experience, as the commissioner noted, driving down the highway when suddenly a car in front of us slows down or veers off the lane and then overcorrects. Maybe they're drunk, more likely they're texting.
Part of Distracted Driving Awareness Month includes an increased law enforcement presence on Maine's roadways and highways.
So there's 32 law enforcement agencies around the state. That includes 5 sheriff's offices, the Maine State Police, and even our Capitol Police right here in Augusta. And so they'll be out in their communities and they'll look for areas that have a lot of traffic, and they want to show those blue lights. They want to get out there and start spreading the word about distracted driving.
Trooper Allen from the Maine State Police reminds drivers that it's illegal in Maine to use your phone at a stop sign or stop light, but adds that sometimes there are those texts that are too important to wait until you get to your destination.
If you do have an important text message come through, please pull over, respond to that text message, and then proceed to drive.
Secretary Bellows adds that everyone should familiarize themselves with their smartphone's built-in safety features.
Let's take out our phones and add the driving focus feature to that iPhone or Android so that when that text message comes in from a friend or family member, they'll get an automatic notification that you're driving and you'll respond when you arrive at your destination.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right.
Yeah, and that feature really is something that can be really useful. I know both my parents use it, and it can be helpful for me just trying to get in touch with them, knowing that they're okay and that they'll be getting back to me at some point.
It's just such an important reminder. You can't stress it enough. Unfortunately, it bears repeating every single year.
Absolutely.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, controversy continues to surround the establishment of a Nordic Aqua Farms facility in Belfast.
Our Matthew Juronsik was at last night's city meeting and has more when we come right back.
You're in the driver's seat. You choose what road to take. But soon, you'll be taking a back seat to big government, because President Biden just banned most new gas-powered cars. They've made it clear, it's their way or the highway, even if electric vehicles aren't right for you or your family. Call Senator King. Tell him to stop the car ban before it's too late. Don'tBanOurCars.com, paid for by American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers.
Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Tired of your internet service constantly letting you down? Those other providers may promise the world with their flashy advertisements, but are you truly having a good customer experience? Fear not, because there's a new player in town. Introducing GoNet Speed. No more endless hold times or automated responses. We're here to listen, support, and provide you with the exceptional service you deserve. Our fast, reliable fiber internet, it's mind-blowing. Let us show you what true internet satisfaction feels like.
On April 8th, Maine will experience a total solar eclipse. ABC 7 and Fox 22 will have team coverage throughout the day from Holton, Jackman, Millinocket, and Lincoln, and have a live special on ABC 7 from 2 to 4 p.m. as the path of totality moves across our state. ABC 7 and Fox 22 is your home for the Maine eclipse.
Eclipse coverage sponsored by Washington County Community College. Discover choices, create success.
This is going to be the toughest next level chef yet.
I want my mom.
Only the best will survive.
All new Next Level Chef, Thursdays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, all the latest on that nor'easter that's making its way through the state. Plus, the latest from court about a man accused of killing a former coworker at a liquor store in Waterville. And details about the shooting that took place in Bangor in the early morning hours of Monday. These stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
The legislature has given initial approval to a bill that would increase the monthly benefit for temporary assistance for needy families, also known as TANF. The program is dedicated to helping families with children achieve economic stability through cash assistance and employment training. LD 1877 would increase TANF assistance by 20%, and bill's sponsor Michelle Meyer of Elliott says, quote, today's cost of living has put significant strain on families with low incomes, making it difficult for parents to afford even the most basic essentials that are necessary to support their children and themselves, end quote. The bill faces further votes in the House and Senate.
Controversy is ongoing in Belfast, centering around town lines and plans for a proposed salmon farm there. Our Matthew Juronczyk has the story.
The city of Belfast hosted a work session Tuesday night to clearly establish a boundary with Northport.
I thought last night's meeting overall with all the public comment was great, because I think it shows that democracy still works in the city of Belfast and Northport.
The issue came about because of a lawsuit involving plans for Nordic Aqua Farm's salmon farm in an attempt by the city to take land by eminent domain. The Maine Supreme Judicial Court ruled that the City Council needs to take actions to address the status of intertidal areas and determine if any of those might include land within the boundary of Northport. Kristen Collins, the city's attorney, says Tuesday night's meeting was part of an attempt to resolve the borderline question without having to go through a longer process. The current boundary line runs within the Little River in the Belfast Bay. Following the work session, community members voiced their displeasure.
Please, comply with the law and do your jobs. Don't waste more money.
I find it an insult to my intelligence that this is considered about taxes in Belfast, when I feel like the whole city really knows it's about Nordic Aqua Farms.
It is a total farce. It is nonsense. It's time to stop.
Attorney Collins says the next step is for officials from Northport and Belfast to either reconvene separately or together within the next 2 weeks to pick a surveyor. We reached out to Nordic Aqua Farms for a statement, but they declined to comment. In Belfast, Matthew Juronczyk, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
And still to come on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the Environmental Protection Agency is under fire for its handling of the East Palestine train derailment last year.
And the humanitarian crisis in Gaza worsens after 7 aid workers are killed in an Israeli strike. Those stories and more as 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Make your boating experience even better with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company. One of the best choices you can make to protect your boat and maintain your boating lifestyle. A Shoremaster boat lift makes cleaning your boat easier and provides more convenient access too. Hammond Lumber has all the accessories you need, from lighting packages and canopies to motor systems, including Shoremaster's exclusive Whisper Winch. Take your boating experience to the next level with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Dear Savvy Traveler, airline food isn't what it used to be. I need to fuel up before I fly.
Dear Hangry, you can fill up before takeoff at Bangor International Airport. The Highlands Cafe has quick and casual. The Refueler Pub and Grill has heartier fare. And the Post Security Cafe, other side of TSA, offers a pick-me-up before wheels up. Bon appetit and bon voyage, Hangry. And remember, the savvy travel through Bangor International Airport. Flybangor.com.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
The Norfolk Southern train derailment happened more than a year ago, and some residents of East Palestine, Ohio, say their lives will never be the same. Meanwhile, a watchdog group has accused the EPA of mishandling the derailment. Fox's Mike Emanuel has more.
The Environmental Protection Agency never declared the massive derailment in East Palestine, Ohio in February 2023 a public health emergency, even though the derailment forced about half of the community to evacuate. The story was first reported by the Associated Press. Internal EPA emails revealed there were concerns about the consequences after chemicals spilled and burned. Quote, there could very well be dioxin concentrations in the area due to the low flame temperature combustion occurring at the train cars. Dioxin is a highly toxic chemical compound, but EPA stopped short of a formal declaration. Quote, the issue of declaring a public health emergency is a difficult one. We have the authority but have only used it once. Watchdog group, the Government Accountability Project, obtained the emails after making a public records request. Its conclusion, quote, taken as a whole, these documents reveal EPA's dereliction of duty to protect the public and the environment. President Biden visited East Palestine a year after the disaster.
Working with the state, we've tested the air, the water, the soil quality, deployed teams of health experts.
Ohio Republican Senator J.D. Vance has blasted the EPA's handling of the crisis.
What the federal EPA has made hard to do is to actually get the toxic dirt out of East Palestine in the first place. And I hate to say it, Brett, I think that this is all about politics.
Local residents say they don't think they'll ever be able to go home.
It's horrific. All of our items that were special to us are all stuck in our house, and we can't go back because it's filled with toxins.
The EPA says it was open about the dangers when it told Norfolk Southern it was responsible for the damage, arguing the conditions there may constitute an imminent and substantial endangerment to the public health. It insists a public health emergency wasn't needed because it had the necessary legal authority. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Aid groups delivering food to Gaza are pulling back after 7 humanitarian workers were killed in an Israeli airstrike. This comes as the United Nations warns of imminent famine. Fox's Connor Hansen has more.
This is what was left behind of a vehicle convoy hit by an Israeli airstrike driven by workers from World Central Kitchen. 7 workers were killed, 1 a dual American citizen. The group's founder, celebrity chef Jose Andres, expressed his outrage, claiming they were in an area with no active fighting.
We were targeted deliberately, non-stop, until everybody was dead in this convoy.
Andres says his team was in contact with the Israeli military about their location and their vehicles were well marked. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the strike was an accident and there will be an investigation. President Biden released a statement saying he's outraged by the deaths as well.
It also lifts up the importance of having that hostage deal, getting that done, getting to a ceasefire, getting that humanitarian aid.
One of the World Central Kitchen's ships carrying food aid left Gaza as the group pauses its operations. And the UN says it's suspending its night food delivery program following the tragedy. World Central Kitchen says it has provided more than 42 million meals to Palestinians in Gaza since the war started.
This looks like it's not a war against terrorism anymore. Seems this is a war against humanity itself.
The group has been on the front lines all over the world in places like Haiti, Ukraine, and helped during the pandemic. President Biden says Israel is not doing enough to protect humanitarian workers. According to the UN, 180 have been killed so far in the war. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Meanwhile, rescue workers in Taiwan spent the night digging through rubble and working to stabilize buildings at risk of collapse after this week's powerful earthquake. Meteorologists say it's the strongest earthquake to hit the island in nearly 25 years. Fox's Kevin Cork has the story.
The United States is standing by on the ready for any necessary assistance.
The Biden administration vowing to stand by Taiwan and help. One day after a 7.4 magnitude earthquake rocked the region, killing multiple people and injuring hundreds of others.
We certainly pray for all those who are affected.
The quake striking off Taiwan's east coast Wednesday morning during rush hour. Intense shaking, leaving cars bouncing on highways and sending thousands of people scrambling to evacuate buildings.
At first, the building was side-to-side swing, and then it trembled up and down.
Officials say more than 24 buildings collapsed across the island. In the mountain city of Hualien, one of the hardest hit areas, several buildings were left leaning at 45-degree angles. The ground floors crushed. Those lucky to survive were able to escape via second-floor windows. Rescue workers spent the day and night combing through debris to find others trapped under the rubble. A tough task as the island recorded more than 50 aftershocks since the initial quake. While they worked, many residents spent the night in shelters or tents, some at one camp saying they were simply too scared to return home.
The wall of our apartment is cracked. We live on the upper floors, so we don't dare to go home.
Taiwanese officials have yet to estimate the cost of the quake's damage or how long it may take to rebuild the areas most impacted. Right now, the focus remains on finding victims. In Washington, I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, experts are telling travelers to brace for higher gas prices this summer. We'll hear why.
And in sports, Maine baseball has their first home series of the season this Friday. We'll hear from Coach Nick Derba as the Black Bears prepare for NJIT. Stay with us.
4 single farmers saddle up to find lifelong love.
We had a fire going, and that wasn't the only spark.
An all-new Farmer Wants a Wife, Thursdays on Fox.
I want to be an electrician. I chose WCC because I was so motivated to come here and pursue my career.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
If you're taking an antidepressant, but you're still masking your depression, you could be experiencing a partial response to your antidepressant.
Partial response happens when your antidepressant alone isn't enough. Let's try adding Rexulti. When added to an antidepressant, Rexulti significantly reduced depression symptoms more than an antidepressant alone. So you can build on your progress.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have an increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings. Or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions, report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, low white blood cells, unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur. Ask your doctor about Rexulti.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
I really enjoyed electrical. It's a clean trade with a lot of work available. Just the hands-on stuff. It's really engaging.
Planning a road trip this summer, better start saving up for the gas now. Experts are warning prices could reach $4 a gallon in some places. Fox's Jeff Flock has the story.
Gasoline prices have risen 20 cents a gallon over the last month.
Growing concern as gas prices continue to rise across the country. According to the AAA, the average gallon of regular right now is about $3.54. That's up only a penny in the last week, but it's up 20 cents from a month ago. Now experts warning the price may keep going up as the temperatures do.
I expect to increase to a national average of $3.75 this summer.
The price hike coming as the Biden administration cancels its plans to replenish the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Biden began trimming the reserve in late 2021 to combat high fuel prices. Now the administration says oil prices are too high and is holding off on buying more oil. The White House had this to say when asked why.
I would refer you to the Department of Energy. I know there were certain components to that and how they were going to move forward in refilling.
Refilling the SPR may not happen anytime soon as oil prices sit at their highest levels so far this year, more than $85 a barrel. What is causing the high price? OPEC production supply limits, which the organization confirmed will not be changing anytime soon. Conflict in the Middle East, including the bombing of an Iranian consulate building in Damascus. New sanctions on Venezuelan oil that the U.S. is imposing in mid-April. And attacks on Russia's oil infrastructure.
All of this is combined to raise crude oil prices and subsequently gasoline prices.
The Biden administration says it wants to buy oil at $79 a barrel to fill the SPR. The price is now topping $85. Seems that ship, maybe oil tanker, has sailed. In Philadelphia, I'm Jeff Flock with the Fox Business Network.
Crews in Kentucky are cleaning up downed trees and power lines after powerful storms tore through the region. It comes as rain and snow are coming to the northeast. Fox's Nicole Valdez has more.
Heavy rain and gusty winds impacting much of the Northeast on Wednesday, threatening to cause flooding and power outages. It's part of the same system that's bringing springtime snow to the Midwest. Forecasters say some areas could see more than a foot of snow through Thursday.
We were running outside and it was so nice out, and now it's snowing.
Here in Kentucky, thousands of people were without power Wednesday, one day after a strong line of storms pummeled communities from Georgia up through Ohio.
This literally took 15 seconds. 15 seconds is all it took.
Near Lexington, Kentucky, the system whipped up multiple tornadoes with wind gusts topping 100 miles per hour. The storm's strength catching some people off guard.
Neighbors like that seen it coming from that way, and it come through this way like it was throwing tree limbs and everything all the way down the street.
Local officials say these conditions flipped cars, knocked trees onto roads, and caused significant damage to homes and businesses and hurt several people. Crews have been out since Wednesday surveying the damage and working to restore power.
We will rebuild every structure and every life. We will lift everyone back up and ensure that you get back on your feet. That's what Team Kentucky is all about.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear declaring a state of emergency for several counties across the bluegrass state to get resources started for that recovery process. In Prospect, Kentucky, I'm Nicole Valdez, Fox Weather.
All right, and so many people in our region bracing for that intense storm heading our way right now.
Yeah, we're just, a couple of hours away for sure. So the overnight is going to be kind of the beginning of a very challenging couple of days.
Indeed. All right, stay tuned for our full forecast coming right up.
All right, you and I have quite a snow system on the way, arriving for us later on tonight and lingering for several days. Heavy, wet snow is on the way. Details on that when I come back.
If you have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When symptoms tried to take control, I got rapid relief and reduced fatigue with Rinvoq. Check.
When flares kept trying to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when my doctor saw damage, Rinvoq helped visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining. Check.
For both UC and Crohn's, rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And visibly reduced damage. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
We believe in the 2-minute drill, goal line stands, toe taps, strip sacks. We believe in beer snakes, the giddy up, and whatever this guy's doing. We believe in speed and power, hustle and grit, and that nothing is more dangerous than a man with a dream. We believe in football. Spring just got stronger. Sunday, Houston, D.C. on Fox.
Saturdays, baseball's best are showing out. The biggest games on the best day of the week. Fox Saturday Baseball, all season long.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor. And we have a lot to talk about weather-wise tonight. First off, here are the advisories. In here is a winter storm warning. Kicks in tonight, lingers through tomorrow, through Friday into Saturday with snow on the way. That snow could be heavy tonight and then mixing with rain throughout the day tomorrow and also on Friday. And here it comes now. We've had increasing clouds all day today. And now the snow is just at our heels currently. And there's a lot to go around. Look at this massive system just west of us currently, all moving in our direction. So once it begins snowing tonight, it'll likely rain and snow off and on for 3 days into Saturday afternoon around here, and maybe even Sunday morning as well. Look at the system now across the Midwest. You can see it all wound up. This whole thing moving very, very, very slowly this direction. So again, we have 2 or 3 days of this to get through beginning tonight and lingering into the weekend. Let's walk it through. So here we are tomorrow morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning, looking at snow. Now, the darker blue colors are heavier snow bands. So, moderate to heavy snow overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And then throughout the day tomorrow, here's 11 o'clock or so, looking at snow for everybody still. But there will become a transition in here, a rain-snow kind of mix across the area that may lift just north of the Bangor area beginning on Thursday evening. But where this stays all snow, looking at you, Millinocket, toward Greenville, it could easily begin piling up and piling up and piling up with a lot of snow there. And then overall, it's going to spin over us for a couple days. Here's Friday morning, still rain and snow across the area. Here's Friday evening, still rain and snow across the area. And now we're into Saturday, right? 1 o'clock in the afternoon, still some light snow and some light rain across the region. Again, we don't need the rain at all, but here it comes, several inches of rain on the way, but also some snow in there as well. And the whole thing finally gets out of here on Saturday evening, giving us a nice day for Sunday and also a very nice day for Monday, the eclipse day. All right, so the snow map looks like this. So again, everybody is going to get about 8 to 12 inches of snow, but in the pink area here, there could easily be a few locations that see over 2 feet of snow over 3 days. So tonight through Saturday morning, as the system kind of moves through the area. Wind will be a factor, of course, gusting out of the east right now near 15 miles per hour. This will actually pick up tonight and pick up throughout the day tomorrow. We could see wind gusts near 40 40 for about a day and a half. And you know that, right? The heavy, wet snow in the trees. You get that 40-mile-per-hour wind against that tree. It could knock off some branches and cause power concerns across the area once again. All right, temperatures, of course, are critical. Highs today back up in the 40s. Tomorrow, though, not so much. We'll have high temperatures hanging out pretty much in the low 30s tomorrow. And here is the path of the eclipse, of course, on Monday. Right now, the forecast is holding for plenty of sunshine on Monday with temperatures hanging out in the 50s. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is snow and wind developing. Low temperatures down near 29. Very difficult travel conditions with an east wind gusting near 40. For tomorrow, off and on rain showers and snow showers tomorrow. Look for high temperatures near 33. Heavy at times, too, with a really gusty northeast wind. And looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows tomorrow's the story, right? Rain and snow likely. Rain likely on Friday. Rain, snow back on Saturday. Finally drying out Sunday, the high of 44. And there is Monday, eclipse day. Partly cloudy skies to mostly sunny skies and high temperatures in the mid-50s.
All right, so we just got to turn the corner.
Yep, better days to come.
All righty.
All right, stay tuned. Sports is next.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome to 207 Wellness, where transformation begins from within. Embark on a journey of self-betterment with our comprehensive services from weight management to IV hydration, vitamin supplementation, and neurotoxin injections. 207 Wellness is here to support your wellness goals. Take the first step toward a healthier, happier you, rejuvenate your body, refresh your mind, and reclaim your vitality with 207 Wellness. Transform your wellness, transform your life. Give us a call today.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality, homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches, and our bacon is cooked fresh daily. To pair with your sandwich, we also have a selection of homemade soups, macaroni salad, and baked goods for dessert. The Legacy Sandwich, voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop for the past 12 years running. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy. Give us a call today.
Dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú sabes. Así es, pon las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the KG. Stop in for hunting and fishing supplies, apparel, and homemade food.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start on the baseball diamond. If Mother Nature allows, Maine baseball will have their first America East home series of the year this weekend, starting Friday when the Black Bears welcome NJIT to Orono. The defending conference champs are 2-4 against America East teams to start the year, picking up one win in each of their first two series against Bryant and Albany. A big reason for the not-so-good start has been pitching, Maine dealing with a few injuries to its pitching staff. And even though those guys may not be performing up to standard right now, head coach Dick Durba is confident that his pitchers are talented enough to turn it around.
We have a very talented staff, and even though we have not performed nearly to our capability or to the capability of us to even win enough baseball games, I think that our pitching staff will eventually be the reason why we win the America East this year. But we have to be able to go out and throw strikes.
When Maine welcomes the Highlanders to Orono this weekend, they'll have a good chance to get their conference record back to 500 or more. The 3-3 NJIT team is still dangerous, though, and if the Black Bears want to come away with a few wins, the strategy is very simple.
You know, the NJIT is a very good program, but it comes down to us taking care of the baseball. We throw strikes, we hit fastballs, we make the routine plays, we'll win. If we don't do those things, we won't be winning.
All right, let's stay with the Black Bears now and move to the ice. Days after Donovan Houle signed an ATO contract with the San Jose Barracudas, an AHL affiliate of the Sharks, another member of Maine Hockey's class of 2024 is heading to the pros. The Black Bears announcing Wednesday that senior goalie Victor Osman is signing a 2-year entry-level contract with the Seattle Kraken. Osman played 4 years with the Black Bears, with his best season coming a year ago, where he posted career highs with 14 wins, 5 shutouts, a .918 save percentage, and just over 2.2 goals allowed per game. He was named All-Hockey East second team that year, as well as a semifinalist for the Mike Richter Award. Osman had 35 career wins with Maine and over 2,000 career saves. Best of luck to him. Let's go to some hoops now. Hoop fans up here in Maine got to see their guy Cooper Flagg perform on national TV Tuesday night in the annual McDonald's All-American Game. The game is an East versus West All-Star format featuring the best high school seniors from across the country, paired up with fellow D1 recruits and even some future Duke teammates and Montverde teammates. Cooper had another great game. Not the stat sheet stuffer we typically, that's tough to say, we typically see from him, just 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, but he was huge in the team's comeback victory. He had a few big blocks and big buckets and even came away with the game-winning steal. He'll be back on national TV this week as Montverde gears up for the Chipotle National Championship. They play Thursday at 8 p.m. on ESPNU. Going back to the Diamond now for some midweek softball action. Maine softball home and hosting the Monks of St. Joe's of Standish. To the brand new UMaine softball complex we go. Maine trying to snap a long losing streak here. Monks trying to pull off the upset. Bottom of the third. Maine up 4-0. Let's add to it. Anna Margaitis unloads on this one. That's a 2-run homer to left field. Maine is up 6-0. Same inning, runner on third for Katie Jo Murray. She rips one here into center. That'll bring home another run, and it is 9-0 Maine. It's 10-1 Maine now, and the Black Bears would keep at it. This is Riley Kent at the plate. She grounds this to short. Nice sliding stop by Charlotte Cloutier, but nowhere to go with it, though, and another run scores. Maine goes on to win 16-1. All right, staying on the diamond and going out west, getaway day for the Red Sox out in Oakland. Sox trying to get to a 5-2 start and sweep the A's. Top four here, bases loaded for Emmanuel Valdez. He gets under it and lifts it into right field, plenty deep to score Tristan Casas on the sac fly, and the Sox go up 1-0. Bottom of the frame now, Nick Pivetta trying to strand a man on second base. Brent Rooker skies one to center, and Sedane Rafaela making the catch at the wall. Fantastic grab to the eighth now. Same score. Chris Martin in a jam with runners at the corners, but he gets the strikeout to end the frame. Same score. Bottom nine. It all comes down to Kenley Jansen, and he strikes out Ryan Noda with some high cheese to end the threat. His 422nd career save. Sox win 1-0.
Defense did tremendous behind me today, making lots of plays, good double plays. Rafaela, stretching out there in the outfield for me. Took a team effort today, and it was a good team effort win.
And finally to the NBA and the Boston Celtics. Celtics a chance Wednesday night to clinch the best record in the NBA. In their way, the West 3 seed, Oklahoma City Thunder. To the Garden we go. Let's start with a couple plays from Kristaps Porzingis. Here he is in the second quarter. Al Horford's corner three is off, but some putback posterization there. Later on, it's Jaylen Brown with it. How about a no-look pass to KP on the wing? He gets it to go. He had 27 on the night. Celtics up 14 at the half. Third quarter now, what a dime here as OKC's Kassan Wallace finds Lou Dort, who gets the two to go to cut the lead to 6. Celtics up 10 into the fourth, and in the fourth, here's Brown picking off the pass, taking it all the way down for the slam. A 42-17 fourth quarter as the Celtics clinch the NBA's best record, 135-100 the final.
We worked hard all season long, and we deserve it. We want to finish the season strong, no matter who we're playing against, and head into the postseason with the right mindset.
All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
So,
All of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget-friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
On April 8th, Maine will experience a total solar eclipse. ABC 7 and Fox 22 want you to see one of nature's most beautiful and rare sights in the sky. We'll let you know the best places to see the eclipse, how to safely view it, and let you know why it's so special. We are the place for coverage of the Maine eclipse. Go to foxbangor.com and click on the Maine eclipse button to start to learn more today.
I started smoking at age 16. I was scared when they found cancer in my lung.
Lung cancer, still the deadliest cancer in Maine, but a new test can find it earlier when treatment is more successful.
They were able to remove my cancer and I went back to work, but now I'm retired.
If you're age 55 or older and smoke now or smoked heavily in the past, ask your provider if lung cancer screening is right for you. And learn more at screenmaine.org.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. From the heavens! All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Taylor Swift makes her debut on an annual Forbes list. Johnny Depp is back to work in a new role and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with all the latest in the Hollywood Nation.
Depp returns to the big screen, Letterman finds a new guest, and Swift joins an elite club in the Hollywood Nation. Taylor Swift's billionaire status is official. The 34-year-old superstar, who reached the milestone in October, joins Forbes magazine's World's Billionaires list with a net worth of $1.1 billion. Swift's achievement comes solely off earnings from her music and ticket sales. SiriusXM will also spotlight the 14-time Grammy winner by dedicating a channel to her. Channel 13, Taylor's version, launches April 7th, 13 days before the release of her album, The Tortured Poets Department. The channel will be available until May 6th.
I'd watch Dr. Ruth on TV.
Today's First Looks features David Letterman's next guest. John Mulaney will join a special standalone episode of Netflix's Emmy-nominated show, My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman. It was filmed at Mulaney's high school in Chicago, where the duo discuss fatherhood, stand-up comedy, and addiction. It streams April 30th. And Johnny Depp makes his film comeback as King Louis XV in Jean du Barry. The French-language historical drama centers on the scandalous affair between the French monarch and his last mistress. It marks Depp's first big-screen appearance since his defamation trial against ex-wife Amber Heard. The film debuts May 2nd. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, Hudson University students got a lift across campus today as part of an annual fundraiser, but it came with a catch. Our David Ledford takes us along for a ride in the cash cart.
Every year, Hudson University hosts a Giving Day, a fundraising effort to support clubs, sports, and classes. As part of the event, a security cart carries students around campus while they try to answer hard-hitting questions.
Who does Michael Scott hit with his car in the hit TV show The Office? Meredith Palmer. That is correct.
It's a spoof of the TV game show Cash Cab, where players answer trivia for the chance to win cash prizes.
We wanted an idea to be able to make philanthropy fun
And we also wanted to be able to educate students on what philanthropy is, so we thought trivia would be a great way to do it.
And fans of the show will note that Husson's game rules follow the same principles.
Students make a $5 minimum donation. Answering questions correctly, they unlock more funds to their organization.
There's also a bonus for the students' chosen group if they make it all the way around campus. But there's a catch. If you get 3 questions wrong...
What year was Husson University founded? C, 1883, or D, 1776?
I'm going to say C.
Wrong.
You get kicked out of the cart, no matter where you are on campus.
For my first time, I think I did pretty well. I did get kicked off, but since it's going to the clubs and helping us do stuff, it's awesome.
We want people to understand that it's a collective effort, and when we all come together, we can make a really big impact.
If you missed out on the fun this year, you can still donate online at husson.edu. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A great story there by David. All right, finally tonight, various state agencies are continuing to prepare for Monday's total solar eclipse. That includes the Maine Forest Service Air Division. However, their preparations may look a little more extreme. Our Grace Blanchard takes us to the tarmac to explain why.
The Maine Forest Service has an elite crew of rangers known as the Short Haul Team.
We come down here every 2 weeks to train all day. This is like a second family, so we work together all the time. I trust them, they trust me.
The team is made up of 6 rangers and 5 pilots. They're trained to be suspended from a helicopter and perform search and rescue in remote areas. Like many state agencies, they have the upcoming eclipse on their minds.
We're probably going to have three helicopters. 2 of them will be staged right in the path of totality.
The Maine Forest Service Air Division will be on standby during the eclipse, stationing helicopters in Island Falls, Carrabassett, and Old Town.
Our role is to assist other agencies for search and rescue and get everyone home safe.
I have different folks doing different things, so I may be attached to the aircraft here, ready to respond to a short haul if we do have to go do a rescue. But we may have folks working with the incident management teams to help make sure that they have all the support there that they need.
Although their helicopters could remain grounded on April 8th, they say they are prepared to take to the skies at any moment.
We have expectations of many visitors coming to the state of Maine, and we don't think it's unreasonable that those visitors have an expectation of safety that, we come if they do have some kind of issue.
In Old Town, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
There's some harrowing work there. Hats off to their service.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, just that training looks challenging and frightening enough.
Yeah.
Incredible to think that they can use that training in real life situations to save lives. And we definitely take our hats off to all of them.
Dangling from a helicopter and, okay, we're going to lower you into a volatile situation now.
Just another day on the job for them.
I guess so. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us from everyone here at Fox 22. Good night.
Good night, everyone.